This is your WW3 news of a Thursday. Bit of a misty morning, I should say. I think everyone recalled 6 years ago the global pandemic, how the governments terrorized people throughout the world, basically. And I should tell you a few things how the whole shit show was run here in Italy. When Italy declared to go on lockdown due to this virus, they had no existing legislation to deal with this type of emergency. And obviously the Prime Minister, or better known as President Consiglio, just practically just about every week writing these so-called DCPMs. They're practically presidential decrees, which has no juridical validity or official recognition, because there is no law which backs the use of that so-called health emergency. Like, probably in some countries they do have legislation to deal with particular emergencies, and also the involvement of the Protezione Civile, which in any type of calamity they intervene. Usually they have veto powers, how they run certain emergencies. But this time round, well, Protezione Civile is known as a civil protection. Like the Red Cross, something like that. But they intervene in all types of disasters, practically. And there used to be a politician which was in charge of the whole pandemic operation, basically, with interministerial coordination. And he was involved in some type of scandal. I think they done this on purpose because they nominated General Fioro. That's what probably his name was, of the Italian army. He took his place and he was in charge of the whole shit show. And he's an official of intelligence for NATO as well. What the fucking hell NATO's got to do with a public health outbreak? And regarding all the vaccinations and all the logistic of this pharmaceutical, it was them which they distributed and practically run these jab hubs. And most of these operations was redacted under the Official Secrets Act here in Italy, top secret. And even today, these things remain top secret. Plus, you got the involvement of an intelligence of probably other foreign countries as well. And the involvement of IT companies policing the web, they call it disinformation regarding this so-called virus, which in the end they were bullshitting us into something. At that time, it was an experimental pharmaceutical And obviously under Italian legislation requires a specialist, a special medical prescription, which these doctors who were complicit administrated and thinking you could have got away with it, because it's a question of price. Your money, or you don't practice as a general practitioner here in anymore. They kick you out of the Association of Physicians and GPs, which some doctors rebelled against, and they saw a corruption. And on the respect of elementary human rights, the Constitution was thrown out the window with the lockdowns, which, in many Italian courts, the lockdowns was declared unconstitutional. Regarding the vaccine of the Pfizer, it was a patent of the biotech which they used. It was probably the same old shit which the multinationals made money upon, really. And this digitalisation of the National Health Service, which is involving many high-tech companies, Microsoft and other things at that time. And the doctors in their surgeries, they were spied upon of a secret algorithm which was inserted in the system, and they knew how many prescriptions he'd done, whether he had to do what they call impegnativa for specialised exams, and they were forced into not giving medical exemptions due to health grounds or not to take this thing. It was 2. What probably all the patients the doctors got, probably 6 of them for a number who had serious health problems, couldn't take it. And I must remember, probably forget, this was an experimental pharmaceutical which they used. And the procedures regarding this administration, I can tell you, I had been in one of these hubs at that time. These doctors never respected the law. And thinking hiding behind a so-called phantomatic amnesty for doctors, which they asked for, so you won't be sued if you if pharmaceutical does harm or kill someone, which under Italian law they are subjected. Incorrect administration, incorrect procedures, misconduct in office. This is a criminal offence they are subject to. Well, mind you, most of these people were lured off monetary incentives. More jabs they had, more money they got. It's basically those old doctors which are round the corner in retirement, which was there, and they applied for nurses. And all those people were compliant to this health regime at that time. Because it's just amazing how they terrorise people. And people just bow down and obey. It's just an example. This and another formula on another way will crop up in the near future. They will do it. It just was a social experiment upon the population.